There we go. Sorry about that. Now I'm set to go. Alright. Let's get moving. Alright. So I do the mains. So let's go and do that. Let's see what we can do for equipment. Let's get the basic stuff. I can't afford all of it. It's her speed. Okay, so you can get Death Road. So you can get Mute. Yeah. Do a setup. Let's see what I can do for my slots. That's right, I did that completely fully yesterday. That went by accident twice. Nothing I can really do. Okay. Alright. Anyway, this way. The reason why I'm doing the walking is because there's a monster I need to take out along the way. Stop! I messed up. I got one hit there.
やれやれ時間の無駄だったなみんなチャンスよはっ行きますはチャンスだよし畳みかけるぞ
Look, come on. I need to get the game focused. No more, I'm gonna do it right now. And we're back in.
よし上出来だお
疲れ様
Yeah, everyone levels up. When you kiss her after her idea, her lips made no effort to return it. He sealed the cold scene from the bus reception by cupping her cheeks in his hand and tugging her tiny hair out of its bun. You for it?
一気に落とす
今だわみんな行くわよイエスマン
あ了解
There you go.
上出来かしら
ナイスファイトえいとスカ 気に落とす
よーしは私の番ね。
俺の番だな。行くよ。
え行きますは
よし行くよ。
私の番やーさてそこ
任せてくれ。出直してきなよ。スト
行きますそこさてとや
よし行こう。やれやれ。
任せてそこよーしそこ戦闘終了。警戒態勢に戻ります。みんなチャンスよ。行きますやー任せて
行くぞ。行くよ。
よーしは
行くぞ。やれやれ。任せてくれ。
はいやーこの調子で行きましょう。
やっとえいと
行きますはそこ
行くぞ。スト行くよ。
さてとやはいは
任せてくれ。悪いな。先に行かせてもらうよ。
That's right, let's do the fishing spot. Close.
俺の番だ。
私はそこ
僕の番。
私はいは
よしやれやれ。なんだその程度かい。
Okay, my fate is coming up.
みんなチャンスよ。
一気に行くよ。了解。
分かったわ。そこ
まあまあだったね。
お疲れ様。
Do you know chess are natural born boxers? It's no surprise, we're always screwed up.
奇襲成功チャンス行きますや
よし
ー任せて
やれやれ。
はいそこさてと
よしやれやれ。
任せて
俺の番だな。悪いな。先に行かせてもらうよ。
行きましょう皆さん。
分かった。行く。やれやれ。
はい行きます目標をゲットしなこれで終わりです。
行くぞ。これで
今のは
Just to avoid the hit alone.
やれやれ。
私の番ね。行きますやーはいやー
行くぞ。行くよ。
負けられない。
参ったな。
エニグマタ て直さないと。
ありがとう。負けるか。
息取って直さないと。目標を撃破します。これで終わりです。
すまないみんな。
Oh, let's try again.
私の番ですね。そこ
行くぞ。任せてくれ。これで決まる。
行きます。私の番ですね。目標を撃破します。これで終わりです。今だわ。さてと気が利く力とやる気エアリアル
さてそこね。面倒だな。
なんとかしないと。まずい。やあ
グラッツェまだやれる。まずいね。それありがとう。
なんとかしないと。
Good heal.
まずい。やあ
まずいね。まだやれる。
負けられない。
ありがとう。まずいね。
まずい。そこ
負けるか。
負けられない。そこ上出来かしら。さすがですね。
よしやったぞ。
Okay.
やりました。
Nice. Oh hey, it's a craft book. Looks like it's now a useful combination after detail. You know, I think Allie Noel will mess well with this one. What do you think, Noel? Can we give it a try? I'd love to. Alright, so I got another combo attack. It's beautiful, yet the view is amazing. I suppose it makes up for having to walk more interest. Yeah, thank goodness the weather is cool out here. But the claim was right about there being no rain in the mountain path. I tried.
僕の相手が務まるか。
行きま私のそこ
任せてやれやれ。時間の無駄だったな。
It's certainly not been wedding of his dreams, yet Cyril need deep sympathy for the woman, for from the moment he met her father, he seen that he loved his daughters in the way the nobility love fine jewelry. Really?
行くよ。
私の番で、いやー、この調子で行きましょう。
えいと。やった。
私の番、はあ、私のタイム。
任せてくれ。えいと。やれやれ。
私の番、いや、はい。
Alright.
はあ、
よし。
Okay, nice and easy for here.
やれやれ。時間の無駄だったな。えいと。
This is still a really hard chest.
やった。ステア。やっと。えいか。やってや。スカ。スト。よーし。一気に行くぞ。
私の、はあ、
俺の番だな。やってや。
任せて。はい。
行くよ。
よーし、そこ。さてと、や。なんとかなったわね。
There you go.
さあ、始めましょう。エニグマ、フロ
任せてくれ。やれやれ。
よーし、やー。
Alright.
無駄です。
さて。
任せて。
Get
よ
you
ー
out.
し。は
任せてくれ。いってや。甘いね。やれやれ。
え、や、行きます。は
よし。えっか。そこだ。行くよ。
Alright, let's see. To get the easy one.
え、や、はい、や
俺の番だな。いってや。
ー、任せて。そこ。よー、や
迎撃完了。みんな先に進もう。
This chest has content respawn rate of 0%. Though, I'll take an attack too. That's what I mean.
俺の番ってやってや。行くよ。
さてと、
やれやれ。
行きます。やー。これがみんなの力ですね。
Phew. We're not walking all the way here. After all, no call required. Doing more than makes up for it, though, don't you think? Yeah, definitely. I still I'll be driving. I didn't think I'll have to walk this much when I signed up. By the by. I see the world forks into another path here. What's over there? Oh, that's the way to the Rosenberg studio. a doll maker with some unique connections was there. Ah yes, a famous doll studio, well famous for aficionados anyway. Trying to think of it. Wasn't one of its dolls supposed to be up for bid at the auction before? Well, you know. Yeah, it was. We still don't know who was responsible for what happened that night. My name's no longer in Crossbell, but maybe it wouldn't hurt to stop by the studio.
やってやスカエカスカやってやステやよーし一気に行くぞ
私の番でやー任せてはい
よしやっと
やれやれ
Bye, guy.
任せてやさあ先を急ぎましょう
スカやっと
Let's see.
やってや
Actually. Close. Has to be an F for you. I'll give you the impede. Do it to me.
Hey, go! えいってやストやってやスカやった負けられない
やー
行くぞスト
行くよ
せい
やれやれ
や
行きますそこ敵集団続けてきます
Owie.
俺の番だな
さてと
えいや私の番ですね
I think there's four. What's
俺の
that?
番だな
No blind, so you'll probably take yourself.
行くよ
さてとエニグマ行きますは
グラッツェさて
よしステ
さてとよーしは
行くよ
よしスカよしもう大丈夫だ
There we go.
やっとよし一気に行くぞ
よーはさてやなんとかなったわね
えいか
一気に落とすよ
任せてそこ行きますは
行くぞステ
僕の番か
Stop missing, please.
私の番では
行くぞやってや
やれやれやれやれ時間の無駄だったな
スカえいってややっとえいってややってやストスカストストスカえいってや
奇襲成功チャンスですよーしは私の番ね
任せてくれ
僕の番か
せい
はえいや
行くぞスカこれが俺たちの力だ
What do I do? He moaned yet again, this time gently massaging the hood of his eyes, which again eased nothing, for he was aware he stood in the way of true love between those two names.
やっと
一気に落とすよ。
行くぞ。やってや。
私の番ですね。はあ、
やれやれ。
よーし、や
よし。は
僕の番か。
や
アディオス。いい夢を。
There you go. There's no use in persisting. Under no circumstances will I let you into my studio. That you're the head of the 13 factories is irrelevant. You're no right to enter. Have it your way, then. I have no intention of stealing that which rightfully belongs to number 15. But won't you at least hand over the data, mister? 6 is the will, after all. I do not need you to tell me that. Like oil water to you two. I'm surprised you bothered to come when you so obviously hate you, Professor. I have no idea what you're referring to. The Master and I have a story past, especially in regards to dog crafting. We'll always have a special teacher-student bond, haven't we? Enough of your nonsense. My art is considered obsolete compared to the work of the society. They already have your integration theory, so what use am I to them? How modest. When it comes to engineering organisms, no one in this world surpasses you, mister. Now, will you be so kind as to hand over the circuit that you use to modify pattern matter? It's a shame to see the interest swallow to potential go to waste. You fiend. Hello there. Oh. It would seem you have visitors. Campanella, you're no more business here, correct? Then leave and take that unpleasant wrench along with you. Haha, as you wish. Come now, Professor. We should hurry along to our next stop. After all, there's still so much to do before you can return to the lab. There's always. I'll excuse myself for now, mister. Do make it sure you give our newest laboratories a proper inspection once they're completed, That's enough, leave at once. Farewell for now. And what are you gawping at? Excuse us, it's nice to meet you. With the Crossbow Police SSS, will you happen to be Mr. George, the owner of the Rosenberg studio? Must be the ones Renee often spoke of. She has long since left a wearable. What could you want with me? We were just in the area, so we decided to stop by. Our apologies, we didn't know you had guests. I'll welcome ones at that. Pay them no mind. If you have no particular basis here, then we have nothing to speak about. You may visit me again when you have a reason to. I will at least hear what you have to say, if only out of respect for Renee. Oh. The gate closed by itself. Old as it may seem, I assume it operates on some kind of mechanism. Yeah, after what Renee told us, I seriously doubt this place is just a normal doll studio. Even so, something about these guys didn't sit right with me. Yes, you just said they were very unwelcome. I can put my finger on it, but something about them came off to me as suspicious. I guess. I'm sure it's fine now. They didn't seem too dangerous. Oh, Noelle, you still got a long way to go, girl. Yeah.
一気に落とすよ。
私の番ですね。そこ。私の番ね。や。
僕の番か。
はいや。
行くぞ。その程度じゃ俺たちは止められない。よーし、一気に行くぞ。
任せて。そこ。よーし、や。戦闘終了。警戒態勢に戻ります。
ストップ。
みんな気をつけて。私の番や。そこ。
よし、ストップ。
行くよ。
私のそこ。
俺の番だ。悪いな。先に行かせてもらうよ。
Hi.
ストップ。 やってやえいってや
I'll just keep going.
えいってや
みんなチャンスよ。私のやーやよかった。
やってややっとえいってやえいってややっとストステやえいか
みんなチャンスよ。
せい行くぞやってや
行きます。はあ、私の番ね。そこ
やれやれ。
私の番ね。そこよーしやー
俺の番だな行こうせい
私の番ですね。そこさてとそこ
行くぞえっか
さてと私の番です。や
さてと。
行くぞ行こ
行くよ。
ーよーしやー戦闘終了。警戒態勢に戻ります。
So yeah, just sort of heal it up again.
うやっと
奇襲成功チャンスです。やーや
俺の番だなやってやよしもう大丈夫だ
So that.
やっと
一気に落とすよ。
やー私の番そこさあ先を急ぎましょう。
やった
かかってきなさい。そこよーしそこ
俺の番だなストせい
行きます。や
行くぞはっふうみんな大丈夫か
Ah,
えいってややった
no. If we go down this road, it'll lead us to some ruins from the Middle Ages known as Moon Temple. Wait, that was where we went for an investigation I asked you to accompany on several months ago. Oh well, now I'm feeling left out. Once I get distracted, remember, Mayor Bixon is waiting for us to respond to his request. We don't have to spare time to mount an expedition over there. Good point, we can always come back to check the place out later.
ステや
Well,
やった
奇襲
so
成
yeah.
功チャンスです。やーさてとごめんなさい。先に行くわね。
ステやスカ
一気に落とすよ。
私の番ですね。そこ
俺の番だなやった
行くよ。
行きます。そこ私の番
任せてくれ
行くよ。
俺の番ストふうみんな大丈夫か
This was not the first variety the Tribute had sent, but it was the one that marked 1 year since their parting. His staff had intercepted them all on her father's orders, not because Priest Cyril know they were coming.
全力で行かせてもらいます。
行くぞ、任せてくれ。
4 This is the best I can do.
これで決める。
私の番ですね。目標を撃破します。今のはこれで終わりです。私の番ね。気だけ決めからかなりきエアリーバン
行くよ、僕の番か。行くよ。
私のやー、これで一安心ですね。
You rummage around and see dozens of rejected chat messages for Azure was used as a pun on Azure.
Hey there!
Keep going.
ストッ
僕の相手が務
プ。
まるかい。
任せてくれ。イト。
私の番ね。やっ、私の番。は
やれや。
さてそこよーや
よし、やった。悪いな、先に行かせてもらうよ。やってや。よーし、一気に行くぞ。
ーよーしやー、今のはみんな行くわよ。イエスマン。
あ
了解。
やっ、そこ
やってや。
こんなところかしら。
えいってや。ストップ。えいとせい。さあ、かかってこい。
Oh, there's a freeze.
私の番ですね。
That's good to know.
え、はい。無駄です。
さてと。
私の番ですね。やー、
行くぞ。ストップ。みんな大丈夫か。えいか。やったやっとスカ。
さあ、とっとと終わらせよう。
行くぞ。ストップ。
私のそこ。皆さんお疲れ様でした。
What is that saying? Okay.
やってや。やったやっと。
今全火力集中してください。
あ
わかったわ。
あ
や
あ。と。
これで一安心ですね。
えいとストップ。
奇襲成功チャンスです。さてとや
行くぞ。やってや。
はいは
僕の番。
せい。
あ、私の番はえや
俺の番だな。その程度じゃ俺たちは止められない。
全力で行かせてもらいます。
僕の番。
さてとはい
行くぞ。
僕の番か。
さてとそこはい
行くぞ。せい。俺の番だな。やってや。
はいや
やっや。
任せてやなんとかなったわね。
There you go. I turned the last guy who kept opening into that EP charge you took earlier. So go ahead, try me.
行くぞみんな任せてくれ。
私の番ですね。やあ任せて。
さて
はあ任せて。そこ
任せてくれ。
よーそここの調子でいきましょう。
やったストップ。よーしもらった。一気に行くぞ。
一気に行くよ。
分かったわ。イエスさ
了解。
おい、
まあまあだったね。
お疲れ様。
えいか
奇襲成功。チャンスです。私の番です。やあ任せて。そこ
チャンス。よし畳みかけるぞ。
いいね。
イエスさ
と
そこやあ
よし上出来だ。
さすがですね。
ストップ。
it's hard to get here by foot now, remember. Noah Foxy, how you hold up? Oh, good here. Still alive, I suppose, though I didn't realize the SSS was so masochistic. We could have gotten here just as easily by a car bus, but easily in fact. Walking makes for good training though. It also lets us familiarize ourselves with the area. That aside, the way you built your sentiment alley, I submit you getting winded on a walk to Omaka village. I have a future in someone to thank for that. You and Wendy will always push me to the brink. Now then, how should we proceed, Ward? Should we talk to Mayor Bixon? Let's make our way over. Mayor House is the one in the far side of town, straight ahead. Finest, I believe you called for the CPD's SSS? There you are! Sorry to make you come all the way out just for us. One time no see, gang. Same to you, it's good to see you all again. Gant, how you been feeling? Oh, I'm horrible, right? No more side effects from that drug or anything. Thanks again for what you did for me back then. We're just glad you're doing well. So about this request, we heard there are monsters in one of town's old mines. That's right, there's a deserted mine just outside town that has been down in decades. It's a bit of a long story, but then take a seat and make yourself comfortable. I'll make us some tea. The front gate was destroyed. Sure was. It may have been old, but it was pretty darn sturdy. When the citizens passed by and discovered it in pieces. But it was perfectly fine just a few days ago. What happened was in the last 48 hours. This is a real piece of work we're dealing with. I mean, who do they think they are? It's definitely troubling. Seeing what they go check inside and found monsters roaming around. I can't imagine monsters keeping a house inside certain mine is all that unusual. That's true, but there's more. What's strange isn't the monsters, it's the mine itself. The mine itself? It's hard to explain, but I expect the whole place was glowing faintly. The walls themselves were pulsing with this real purple light. Oh, that does sound strange. If the mine ray is that old, then that means the light isn't being caused by some flickering orbital lamps either. But it's not that, then what? It's considered to be sore. I agree, but other than the destruction of the gate, no harm has been done. Right now, concern is as far as we're at. We know how busy you all are, so I hope you don't mind us asking for your assistance. Now off, we understand. The gate being destroyed alone makes this a case worth investigating. Let's check out right away. Agreed, we should go see the situation for ourselves. Roger. Sounds like we got a thrilling new case on our hands. Thank you, SSS. We're counting on you. Gant, if you would be so kind as to sort them inside. You got it, Mrs. Mayor. I'll head there now. Come see me in front of the mine when you're ready. It's good to see you're doing so well. It's all thanks to you all. Now, if we could get him to go cold chicken that gambling habit of his too. He still blows all his meal on his days off at the casino. Some things never change. But It's his money. As long as he doesn't go overboard again, I think it should be fine. Anyway, the old mine is just outside the old town, right? Yes, head down the mountain a bit, and be northwest of the city, directly opposite of the tunnel path. I don't know what's going on there, folks, so please be careful. Do I want to heal up? It might be a healing thing right inside.
えいってや
敵出現交代しますやあ
やれやれ。
私の番ね
やれやれ。
行きますはあ任せてこんなところかしら
Hey, there you are. Yeah, so is this place. That's the gate that was destroyed? Looks like it was cut clean through. So it does. I can't find this being done by human strength though. Anyhow, over here we have the entrance to the mine itself. Wait, it really is there. How very bewitching in the eerie sort of way. Like that there are dangerous monsters working about in there. Yeah. How should we proceed, Roy? It might be a good idea to contact the Guardian Force if we can spare the manpower. You're right, calling some extra backup never hurt anyone. No, first we should see how things are inside. We need to know what we're dealing with. If it's more than we can handle alone, then we'll request a CGF support. Fair enough. Watch that. Alright, I advise making sure we're fully prepared before stepping in there. That's okay, the bit. Oh, no. Step into the old mine. We're ready, games. We'll start by giving things a quick once over inside. You mind waiting for us here? No problem, be careful guys. If things too dangerous in there, come right back, okay? Take a look at that. This is definitely not normal. They weren't exaggerating about the ground walls growing. There's also a strange feeling in the air. It feels heavy somehow. It could be that there's some sort of trace of miasma inside the mine, which means a higher element may be present among us. What? Was it? How can you tell? Yeah, I expect you to say something like that, but not you. I'm not as perceptive as she is, but I do have something like a sixth sense about these things. So what do we do now? My intuition says that investigating further will most likely be dangerous. Maybe so, but... What was that? That sounds like... No! Everyone get back! Ah! Oi, Mohov! What in Io's name? Hey, you guys okay? Hi, if you hear me! I don't think I can sit through all this rubble. I have to tell the others. Gate, are you out there? If you can hear us, say something. Okay, it's completely caved in. But what caused it? I think I heard a strange noise right before it happened. So did I. How do you know it was about the corpse, Noel? Wait, about that. I caught a white glimpse of gunpowder. That was what tipped me off. Gunpowder. That explains the faint burning smell in the air. Gunpowder is quite rare though. People seldom use it these days. Though, given how old this mine is, perhaps there was some leftover explosives that detonate. I can imagine that being the case, something that hazardous won't be left behind. I feel like we just walked into a trap. A trap? You're probably right, what else could it be? That makes sense. Don't make the hissing alien I heard sparks coming off a fuse. Probably yes. The detonation happened right after we came in, so it's likely someone wanted to keep us from retreating. Meanwhile, they were watching us from nearby and triggered it remotely. But who would do such a thing? But it could have been the same person who destroyed the front gate. This is the soundest theory I can think of. I don't know who we're dealing with, but the guy's hook, line, and sinker. No way. Don't worry, we can still call for backup on our enigmas. Or maybe not. The open signal must not be gained through. I read a mail that it's difficult to connect in enclosed spaces like this. Well, that's just great. The good news doesn't stop, does it? It's not out of our control. The best thing we can do for now is move forward. There may still be another exit out of this mine. Not to mention, we'll be leaving ourselves vulnerable for another attack if we linger around. Wait, for all we know, those explosives could have been detonated remotely. I suspect gangs must have gone to call for help. But if we wait where the culprit wants us, we're better off moving elsewhere. It's stay put or going deeper, and both are less than an idea. We could very well be walking into another death trap. Now a dull moment with the SSS, is there? I guess we're not in too deep if your snark is still intact. There's no turning back now. Our mission is to pull it together and skip this mine alive. Yes. Please, Mioi. Watch that. You're gonna use burst and barrel. Burst can be activated when the burst gauge is full and all four bar members can act. The effect lasts until the gauge depletes. The gauge increases when attacked and decreases when attacked. Each chapter features comic story events in which you may be able to use burst. When the burst gauge is at the top of the battle screen is full, you can set the burst command. Your party will then dominate the turn order until the gauge has been depleted. During this time, all allies will be killed status elements, receive a 20% boost to the attack power, and train CP automatically. Furthermore, all set will no take time to cast will activate immediately. Additionally, the burst gauge is a reflection of your party's collective morale. It increases each time an ally attacks and feel more quickly when attacking consistently via Team Rush. Conversely, the gauge will decrease when attacked by an enemy and go down one level if burst goes are used for multiple turns, with the gauge being at its maximum. Lastly, be aware that burst cannot be activated while one or more party members are knocked out. Okay. Alright. It seems like a subway to go.
一気に落とすよ。
Successive attacks will fill the burst gauge when it's full. Using the burst command from the menu will activate burst for set number of turns.
今の全火力集中してください。
いいね。
了解。
はや戦闘終了。警戒態勢に戻ります。かかってきなさい。バースト発動。
了解。
やあ、任せて。そこ。
任せてくれ。伊藤。
やれやれ。
私の番ですね。はあ、任せて。
よし。えっか。
僕の番か。
せい。
行きます。やあ、さてと。そこ。
やれやれ。アディオス。いい夢を。
Okay.
スト。スト。スカ。やってや。
しまった。立て直さないと。
行くよ。
さてと。エニグマ、私の番ですね。
任せてくれ。
行くよ。
任せてくれ。えっと。
はい、はあ。これがみんなの力ですね。
Well, not the villain per se. No, of course not. There was too much. That was too hard. He was only 27 years old, not yet dull and spurred by the constant politics, feather to life as a hair. Wow.
えっと。えっと。よーし。一気に行くぞ。
はい、はあ。私の番ね。そこ。
俺の番だな。
僕の番か。
せい
よーしはっさてとやっ
任せてくれ。いった
行くよ。出直してきなよ。
Alright. You have to be filled up with all my birds in this game. You know what they say, there's no chance for the weary.
ステアやってや
奇襲成功チャンスです
よし
今だ全火力集中してください
了解。
あ
やーそこ任せて
あ、やれやれ。
そこ
任せてくれ。いった
私のや
僕のアディオス。いい夢を。
よーしもらった。一気に行くぞ。
一気に行くよ。
ーわかったわイエスさ
まあまあだったね。
お疲れ様
スト
奇襲成功チャンスですよーしそこ
任せてくれ。
今だわみんな行くわよ
あ
イエスマン上出来かしらさすがですね
Alright.
やっと
みんなチャンスよ行きますや
俺の番だな。
ー任せてそこ
行くよ。
行きますそこそこ
よし
Yeah, finish you off.
行きますやーこれで一安心ですね
スト
みんなチャンスよはいさてと
よし
やれやれ。エニグマ駆動。
任せて
よし
私の番ですねエニグマ駆動
さて
やっ皆さんお疲れ様でした奇襲成功チャンスよーしやー私の番ねやっ
俺の番だな。
さてと。
行きますやー私の番
行くぞ。
僕の番か。
よし
私の番やーこれがみんなの力ですね
任せてくれ。
はいやー任せてや行きますやーさてと
行くぞ。
やれやれ。
はいは任せそこ
俺の番だな。
私やー私や
I'm surprised we got that head off. Hi.
スト
僕の相手が務まるとね。
行くぞ。
よーしバースト発動
あ
はそこ
やれやれ。やれやれ。
俺の番だな。
行きます。そこ任せて。そこ
行くよ。はっよし。
よーしや
やれやれ。
ーよーそこなんとかなりましたね。
Alright. I always dream of being punted by a pirate squirmler. Why did I have to be put in a mine in a windwalk state? Alright, so it seems to wrap around. So that way it's done. So this is the way to go. Yeah, I'm not that high level. So wait. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't. Oh no. That makes sense. Yeah. Upon closer inspection, the purple light seems to be coming from the plant life. Although the mushrooms and moss technically, there's no sources of the amoeba. It's not exactly what you expect to see in the remains of a mine. I've actually heard of species of moss that grows before. It's known as Samoa moss. I believe it's sought out and used in certain types of medicine. Really now, first I've heard of it. The thing is, they describe it as being a different color. Perhaps this isn't the same kind. No, I believe this is in fact Samoa moss. Why? It's true that Samoa moss typically emits a golden glow, but at times its shade can also change entirely when exposed to the influence of a spectrum. Is that right? If I'm not mistaken, these mushrooms are what are called firefly fungus. Normally, they would give off more greenish hue, and they wouldn't grow near the dwarves. Both cases may be a sort of an irregularity in a certain vein. It's being caused by a certain vein below us. That would mean it's unrelated to who are set to trap more likely than not. The front gate wasn't destroyed until some time between yesterday and now. It'd be logical to think these changes in the flora happened in such a short amount of time. I agree. The knowledge on this kind of stuff is surprisingly extensive, obviously. But Gabe, what do you want about all of this? I have a recent patron who is well acquainted with the medical benefits of plants. We went for drinks and she taught me all sorts of ways they can be used, both in business and pleasure. Why I even bother asking? What do you expect? Because the host doesn't accept you from underage drinking rules, you know. Oh, come now. Don't think too royal of me. I assure you, they were virgin cocktails. Were they though? Alright, so use burst mode. In the conflict refusing to relieve itself, Cyril thrust himself upward from his bonding position and placed the chest atop his dresser. He still has some hours to decide whether or not to tell grievances about it.
俺の番だな。スト
よーしそこ任せてそこ行きますやーそこ守りたいこのクロスベルを
Okay.
せい。
さあとっとと終わらせよう。僕の番か。
行きますそこ
行くぞ。
やれやれ。
やっせい。
よーは
よし。
It's dead.
みんな大丈夫か。
敵先生気をつ
Ah,
けなよ。
really bad.
そこだ。
僕の番か。
せい。
よーしは
任せてくれ。スト
They can petrify.
よしそこ
俺の番だな。やっ
よーしや
よし。いっと。
ー行きますはーや
俺の番だ。ストその程度じゃ俺たちは止められない。
Alright. Don't mess with those guys too much. God.
やってや。
一気に落
よ
とすよ。
ーしそこ
チャンスだ。よし畳みかけるぞ。
いいね。
わかったわイエス
と
サーイエス
よし上出来だ。
サーさすがですね
Oh. I thought it was backwards the other way. Let's try this again.
スト
全力で行かせてもらいます
行くよ。
私の番ですねは
任せてくれ。
I'm afraid of that.
私の番ねそこ
任せてくれ。で
行きます
Don't wanna do that.
エニグマ
グラッツ
私の番
僕の番。
行くぞ。で
はいは
行くよ。
私の番さあ先を急ぎましょう
よーしもらった。一気に行くぞ。
Alright.
一気に行くよ。
了解。
私の番そこ戦闘終了警戒態勢に戻りますやったわ
A triple pencil. Upon closer inspection, you notice his chest is made of gun wood. Don't panic, but you're just robbed the relative of a warrior. We're gonna ignore you.
やってや。よーし一気に行くぞ。
私の番ね
よしで
行きますそこ
行くよ。
はいは任せて
任せてくれ。まだまだいける。ストストやっと。よーし一気に行くぞ。
行きますは今だわみんな
Take it all 3 in 1. Oh
イエ
well.
ス
いいね。
了解。
やっ
任せてくれ。
僕の番か。
俺の番だな。ストッ
See? Alright,
プ。新手か。望むところだ。
of course.
よーしはあ私の番ねやっ
僕の番か。
せい。すまない。
私の番ですね
みんな。
そこなんとかしなくてこ
参ったな。
まずいエニグマやっ
ありがとう。
負けられないやっまずいエニグマ
負けるか。それ。
助かります立て直さないとはあやっ
グラッツ
負けられないそこ
まだやれ。よし、上出来だ。
さすがですね
まあ当然の結果かな。
えいかやった。
奇襲成功チャンスです今だ全火力集中してください
いいね。
あ
分かったわそっか上出来かな
ナイスファイト。
You admire the chest curve and reckless walks.
ストップ。
奇襲成功チャンスですはいやー私のそこ
行くぞイト。よし、もう大丈夫だ。えいと。
一気に落とすよ。
イエスさ分かったわ
あ
Alright, it's time for you to be dead.
私のや
You're dead.
これで一安心ですね
僕の相手が務まるかい。行くよ。
私の番ですねやーよーし目標を撃破しますこれで終わりです任せてやっ
任せてくれ。えってや。
やれやれ。
やっせい。
任せてそこ
行くぞ。いった。
そこ
すまない。みんな。
え
グラッツ
私の番ですね
Since he's still alive,
やっ
ありがとう。
私の番ねやっはいは
俺の番だな。
was it up yet? Almost though.
やった。
負けられない
That's what we're gonna do. Revive him. Can.
すまない。みんな。
つい
ありがとう。
負けられない
まだやってや。すまない。みんな。
なんとかしなきゃ
Alright, so that's what we'll do. So this and this.
これで終わりです。任せて。気高き力がない時エアリア
任せてくれ。
さてと
せい。そこだ。
僕の番か。
それありがとう。よし。
行きます。はあ、任せて。
やっせい。
僕の番か。
行くぞ。
私の番ですね。バースト発動。
了解。
そこ任せて。
僕の番か。
行くぞ。
はい。はあ、私の番。さあ、先を急ぎましょう。
If this place has been deserted since before the orbital resolution, how do I have a course inside me? True on that one. Fair enough. No trust here.
ここは通らせてもらうわ。
行くぞ。これで行きます。はっとでライジングさあ。
はい。目標を撃破します。これで終わりです。
やれやれ。さてと
私の番ですね。やあ、任せて。
よしとよし上出来だ。
さすがですね。
What's the difference between an RPG protagonist and a real magic character? One chooses you steal, and the other chooses your treasure. Alright, so this looks like the way to go. Let's go back.
Makaseteせてくれ。
僕の番か。
やっせい。
よ
よし。
さてと
任せてくれ。
行きます。はあ、なんとかなりましたね。
やった。
敵出現。混戦します。よーし、そこ。そこ。
よし。
やれやれ。
私の番ですね。はあ、私の番ね。
よし。ストップ。
私の番ね。そこ。
任せてくれ。
やれやれ。
せい。
行きます。そこ。なんとかなりましたね。
Alright, so I know where I'm at. There's only one way for me to go, and that is the correct way. I don't want to charge my EP real quick, because I feel like a boss fight coming up.
Yeah.
敵出現抗戦します。そっか任せや
よしバースト発動。
やった
やった
やれやれ、時間の無駄だったな。
スカエッテ
一気に落とすよ。
任せてくれ。やっと
私の番ですね。はあ任せてや
僕の番か。
よーしそっか私の番そこ
行くぞ。やってや
僕の番か。
行きます。はあ私の番や
任せてくれ。やった悪いな、先に行かせてもらうよ。やっと
That's charged enough. What is this place? Looks like this is the deepest part of the mine. We're at the end, but we know they come across another exit. But so we do not avoid. Let's think about our options. Staying here won't do us any good. Our best option would be to retrace our steps back to the entrance. If our trip here was any indication, there'd soon be AR trapped in the tunnels. Too bad there's still a lot about the situation we don't understand. In the end, what was the corporate trying to accomplish by causing a cave-in? Good question. At the very least, it doesn't seem to be connected to the phenomena we're observing inside. Could perhaps have something to do with those people we saw at the doll studio. Huh. I don't deny there was something suspicious about them, now you mention it. The tummy was pretty uncanny. I would say it's more than possible. We can't say for sure though, and we don't have any inkling what their motive might be. Good point. But if not them, who else could have done it? If the trap was waiting yesterday, when the gate was destroyed and the SSS was in control, contacted until today, that makes me believe this was set up for us specifically. I hope I'm just overthinking this. What's wrong, Roy? Are you alright? I'm fine, let's just pull back for now. If Gans went to get us help, they may already be waiting for us at top. What's that over there? Above us, incoming. What? Ah, a monster! What is that thing? Does that just say monster? Be on your good. Ah, I can't move. What the? I feel so weak. The vibrations are sapping our strength. This is bad. Ellie, Noel, run for it. Don't say that we will never. Wait, we all have to get out together. Is that? Eat this! No way. Randy, you're here. Woo! And Zeke too. Haha, nice timing, boys. We can talk later. Let's snuff this thing. Strike with everything you got. On it. Ready. Target in sight.
デカブツだ、気抜くなよ。
分かった。やっと
行きます。はあ私の番ね。
任せろ。
私の番でや
やっ
任せて。エニグマ
俺の番だな。エニグマ
行くぜ。
駆動ぜや
はいや任せて。
甘いって俺の番だ。
俺の番だな。や
よーし総攻撃開始します。はあ私の番や
俺の番だ。
任せ。
私はあ
よしやった
行くぜ。
行きます。エニグマ任せて。起動。 けられない。エニグマや
まだやれる。はあや
助かりまずい。エニグマ
まだまだ。
ありがとう。ありがとう。負けるか。これで決める。ライジングさあ
まずい。目標を撃破しろ。これで終わりです。負けられない。気高く力があるエアリーワン
まず若き勇士
立て直さないと。エニグマ
まだやれる。ストップ。
えいありがとう。
まずいな。
ありがとう。
世話
立て直さないと。エニグマ負けられない。エニグマ
まだまだ。
Anything else is dead, so I have to do
サ
that.
ンクスサンクス。
まだやれる。
立て直さないと。なんとかしないと。そこ
まずい。
や
ありがとう。
立て直さないと。エニグマ
まだまだ。
助かります。えい
負けるか。ストップ。
お返しよ。まずい。そこなんとかしないと。エニグマ
ありがとう。
まだまだ。
まだやれる。エニグマや
助かります。なんとかしないと。そこ負けられない。はいまずい。そこ
まずいな。
まだやれる。はあそれ
負けられない。そこまずい。そこ
負けるか。はあや
サンクチ。まずいな。
負けられない。そこ
まだやれる。はあそれ
立て直さないと。えい
まずいな。
Anything else is dead, so.
まだやれる。ストップ。
負けられない。はい
行くぞ。
上出来かしら。さすがですね。
Okay, we survived. It vanished. What in the world was that? Phew, there was one monster, but survival training was rough. But whatever, glad we pulled that one out. You look like your very bogus sweat. As bumptious as ever, that was pretty impressive. I owe you one, Randy. But how did I know we were here? They finally let me off the leash after I wrapped up training, so I went straight back to the SSS building. Then I heard you guys were on your way to Maine. By the time I finally caught up, you were already neck deep in it down here. Yeah, well, talk about a lucky break. What about the cave at the entrance? The main spine just punched through a wedge a while ago. Second day there, I made my way in and came running after you. The big guy here showed up as backup. With coincidence, glad he did though. Whoa! Good boy, Seat. Always full of surprises, isn't he? Thank you, Seat. Remind him to pick up some meat from one later. Hey, you guys okay? Yeah, it's in the miners. Yo, I appreciate the hand area. Thank the goddess you're all in one piece. I'll say you all deserve most of the credit. Thank y'all for helping out so quickly. No problem, we were the ones who asked you to do this job. Seriously though, I can hardly believe what's going on in here. Aren't these the tunnels that our great-grandfathers mined? I never heard anything about them being like this. More importantly, why did the entrance suddenly cave in like that? At least we go back to town for now. We can explain things fully once we're there. I agree. Let's report all of our findings to Mayor Bixson. After we return to Maine, Warren and others explain what happened to Mayor Bixson and the miners. In the end, there was no conclusive evidence pointing to who could have destroyed the gate or raided the trap at the entrance. The surrounding area was searched once again. After confirming the absence of any suspicious individuals, the Guardian Force was contacted and additional patrols were requested. Meanwhile, the SSS made their way back to Carlsbad City. Man, oh man, I was always thinking it would be a whole drive here, but this car is sweet. I'm gonna be totally killed cruising around in this thing, don't you think? No comment. Only amateurs need to rely on flashing wheels to get where they want to go, if you catch my drift. Who are you calling amateur newbie? I say he's got your number there. Sorry to tell you, Wendy, but Walsey got you beat in that department enough to make a job out of it. Come on, Noel. How are you gonna do a fair CGF dirty like this? Sorry. Oh, by the way, Wendy, the chief gave you a spare key, right? When do you learn how to drive an orbital car? During training or well between sessions, technically. You also give it a try too. Never know when it'll come in handy. Yeah, I can agree with that. More knowledge is never a bad thing, especially for someone so practical. Though, given the choice, I much prefer the view from the passenger seat. Ah. We never did find out who was responsible. The fact that we can't pin down motive only makes it all the more unsatisfying. What could have gotten their hands on those explosives? Even the CGF doesn't use ones like that, not regularly anyway. Are you sure it could have just been a blast charge that was flying around the old mine? Granted, I would call myself a demolition expert, but still. No, it wasn't. Oh? Do you know something we don't? Based on the smell of the residue near the entrance, I would say that was a newer model explosive, no older than 1 or 2 years. And a high performance one at that. You don't say. Must be pretty well versed in them. The green on all of that was just your nose. Well, it's not the way gunpowder weapons are completely obsolete. They're falling out with regular armies, but even now, some people prefer them, especially Jaegers. Then you're saying, hey, I'm just talking hypotheticals here. For the record, Ebonia is still the largest user of gunpowder weapons. They even have the large stockpile of old Renfrew models. Really? I feel you know a lot more about these things than us, but in Ebonia, huh? That makes matters even more complicated. Yeah, especially after yesterday. What happened yet? Yes, actually. So that playboy was an Imperial spy all along. I always knew he was hiding something. He's not just a spy, he's the captain of the intelligence division. He might simply be here to scope out the city ahead of the trade conference. And there's also the matter of that red-headed girl who was with him. That girl. Can you feel the warmth of her hands even now? Oh, what's this about? I missed something good? Well, Nora explained what happened with the red-headed girl that was with Vector. Can we move on, please? Honestly, I can sympathize with how Rex is treated by Ira now. I guess there are some similarities. But all jokes aside, things may be coming to a head soon. Whoever that girl was, she was more than just your average citizen. And she wasn't the only one. There's also that man we met yesterday, the one heading down the West Carlsbad Highway from the Empire. Come to think of it, he had red hair too. Yeah, now you mention it. It wasn't red like Vector's either. Well, it was more like that girl's in fact. They might have been the exact same thing. Wait, could it be? So what you're trying to say is they both have the same hair color as me. Does that mean anything to you? Well, so they're really here. Hey Wendy. Oh, now what? This is the SSS Ward Benny speaking. Benny, it's me. Oh, Dunwich. I heard you were away on business. Did you just get back? Yes, this afternoon. Emma filled me in. She said you were a big help yesterday. It was nothing, just doing our duty. More importantly, has something happened? Yes, I figured you also know. The old Rivet compound was sold today. It officially has a new owner. The name on the deed is Crimson & Co. Crimson & Co. Wait, is that Hui? Seems they snatched the contract from right under their noses. Assuming someone from the Empire. Or some strange from the behind the scenes. The Empire, huh? So what kind of company is it? They want a high-class club in the Imperial capital named Noe Block. They also opened a branch location in Clarksville City about a year ago. Apparently, they're aiming to launch a full-scale expansion into the state. But it must be a front, right? Well, is Orlando there? Randy, yeah, we just met with him. You should hear the details about this Crimson Co from him. I'll contact you again tonight. Wait. What's wrong? That sounded like a heated conversation. I get the picture. They got their hands in the old Vic building, right? Noel, my tickets to the entertainment district once we're back in the city. Just park up right by the entrance to the back alley. I mean, I guess I can, but... Randy, just what is this Crimson Co? Well, it's an employing company that manages one of Hamdall's most popular clubs, No Walk. But in reality, it's a front use of Fonda Jacob Corp's known as the Red Constellation. Haha, we're done here, so we head back. Though on second thought, perhaps I'd best stop by that old mine gallery first. Be my guest, just remember to keep yourself out of danger. In the meantime, the fool is needed elsewhere. Huh, I trust you'll do your worst. Ah, that reminds me, our assignments for this plan have been decided. The 7th Ingress and I will be in charge of things on this end. Really now, we're back to big guns, are we? I suppose it makes sense. There are going to be some tricky pieces on the board. Maybe it's for the best. My thoughts exactly. Ah, and before I forget, I think I'll let you handle that operational reporting on the Astro Code. I'm quite excited to see how it fares in the world-level network environment. Yes, I'll take care of that when I have some free time to spare. Now then, in the name of the Grandmaster. In the name of the Grandmaster. Haha, I may not have an audience, but there's never a bad time to make a decoration. I, Enforcer Number 0 Campanella the Fool, as the Grandmaster's representative, hereby declare the Phantasmal Blaze plan now in motion. Okay. Randy, let's follow him. Okay. Ah. Uncle Shirley. Haha, long time no see, Dolphy. You haven't changed a bit these past 2 years. Randy, it's them, the ones from yesterday. So the pieces are starting to fall into place. Haha, I had a feeling you were related to them. The hell code was a dead giveaway and all, but still, we're expecting a family reunion today. What are you doing here, Rector? Did you have something to do with the accusation? Well, I have been known to pull a few strings here and there, but man, oh man, if it's a good thing we beat Huey and the 4-eye Octred dragon to the punch. You said it. I had to back off in the Eastern Corridor, but this time I get to have all the fun I want. The Eastern Corridor? To me, it's the war they waged with Huey, Vaxil, and Kafard. So tell me, Uncle, why are you here in Clark Bell? What are you planning? Huh, we're here on business, obviously. More importantly, I got something you might like to know, Randolph. My brother was gone 6 days under. What? Happened just last year. Me and separate boss ended up taking each other to their graves. About to the death between the war god and his big driver, the Jager King. You should have seen it. It was awesome. Haha, that's so. Stupid old man. I wish he died doing what he loved. Bet he had a real satisfied look on his smug face, didn't he? Yup, he looked like he was having the time of his life in death. That lucky dog, I wish I could find me a rival like that. If nothing else, he went down with no regrets, aside from having a worthless deserter of a son. Your vacation days are up, Randolph. Keep your schedule open. We'll be in touch. Later, Dolphy. Catch him on the flip side. Randy? Randy, what's that? Are they who I think they are? Yeah. Sigmund Orlando, vice leader of the Red Constellation, and his daughter Zoe Orlando, one of the commanding officers. My uncle and cousin, the strongest and fiercest of the ogres. Okay. Ooh, information quartz. Alright. I'm gonna save it here. I'm gonna turn to the timer screen. We're going to pause the timer here. And that's gonna be it for the Trolls or Ruse tonight. Now, while I prepare for what we're gonna do next, I want to take a picture of the time because I need a timer. And give me a feel I'm gonna put on the BRB screen.